Like and subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix presented by Foolish Club Media. Please head to our YouTube channel, Foolish Club Media. Please like and subscribe. Follow us. Subscribe. All of that. Go to Twitter. Like all of it.
Or what?
Follow us.
Or what? What you
or
gonna do?
You will be the one who will forever be charged with not saving the whales. And nobody wants to have that claim. You, Mike, you, Arthur, you, Amy, you, Jesse.
Oh, you call them out by name.
You, Terry. If you don't go like and subscribe,
put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
They'll forever know that you are the one who didn't save the whales. So I'm just telling you, if you don't want that to be in your life, then go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Steve, by the way, folks, if you're wondering, Steve let us know he got a haircut, but it doesn't look like it.
Not at all.
But it looks great.
And it's a haircut. It's just a trim. I'm not ready to let it go, but I just got a trim. It's actually when the lovely lady who cut it, when I got up from the chair, she was like, "Look at that pile." She was like, "All I did was go around and cut off all the curls off the end because it was getting mullety. It was getting too long." And
like I said, mullets are in. Let us know in the comments if you rock with mullets, guys. I want to see. I feel like people fuck with mullets. You know what I mean? And just because it's not your thing doesn't mean the world doesn't want to see you do it.
They might, but that's not what I'm going for. Like, if I'm more likely to just shave it all off than I am to rock a mullet for a couple of months.
You can't even rock a mullet for a day.
I had been rocking it for like a couple of weeks.
Nah, like a real mullet.
I don't think
it was getting mullety. It was getting
feather it out.
Like
feather it out. Make it all 70s and 80s.
It was like having wings on the back of my head. Like
no, but see, this is where I disagree. As you've taken your hat off multiple times for us, and maybe there are different variations of said mullet, but when I think of a mullet,
juicy mullet,
I think a big part is the tightness on the sides.
It's got to be a taper on the side.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it wasn't that. But I mean, like in the back,
that's not a true.
So you just had long hair. You were just a long hair. You wanted a mullet. Yeah, a mullet is a taper on the side.
The bottom in the back had outgrown the rest of it, and so it was just flaring out. Like if I would have just gone in there and shaved the sides and been like, "Don't touch that," I would have come in here with a beautiful mullet. But
you
that's not what I'm going.
Mullet. You missed an opportunity.
It's not my style. Not,
I don't think you had one. I just like, and I think for you to say, "Oh, well, yeah, I didn't have the sides." That's an important piece of that's one of the top pieces for the mullet because there is no business in the front and party in the back. If it's still party on the sides, then it's just party.
Cook, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes,
chef.
Yes,
chef.
I think Osita nailed it, and usually we're not on one accord. But I think you're just a gentleman with long hair.
It is long. It is long. It's flow.
Now, if you want to do something, shave the sides. All right. If you want to,
I haven't decided what the next step is, but I'm not ready to give up the long hair yet. I can guarantee you, mullet is not in the cards. Like,
well, I will.
Why is it not your thing? I want to get to the root of the problem.
Well, it's just not my thing. It's not how I'm trying to walk around looking. Like it's just not what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for next because I was like, can I do the Timothy Chalamet? Can I do the Paul Atreides? And I feel like I did that now. And so now
you went for the 2024 look. It's time to move it up to the 2025. You think Timothy Chalamet doesn't rock a mullet every now and then?
No, I don't. I don't think he does.
I bet you I can Google Timothy Chalamet mullet and find a photo.
But why are you trying to get to the root of it?
It's not just whatever haircut Timothy Chalamet has. That's just what I was going with.
Oh, he's got a sick mullet. Look at this. He's got sick mullet.
I don't think he does, and I don't think this
crazy cool mullet.
I don't think it will count as the mullet.
Mullet going hard, dude.
I think it can just be, he didn't.
He did kind of have a mullet in that movie as like Bones and whatever.
Yep, exactly. Exactly, bones and all.
Yeah,
he was also cannibal in that movie.
I don't have that one.
Are you saying that all mullet havers are cannibals? Is this what you want to put forth on the Nightly Fix?
I just say that movie was about him eating people. That's what he did in that movie.
But what does that have to do with the mullet? I feel like you're trying to tie two things together that don't necessarily need to be tied. Okay, like my shoes, they stay untied. So should these accusations. Okay.
The hell? Just like my shoes? What are you fit to be tied? What in the hell? Okay, yeah, that was a lot of fun. No, and I think one thing though, it is very clear. You talked about the little lady who trimmed you up. I just know there was one little lady who gave you a hint upon the hairstyle that she missed and she liked, and clearly you have told her that you're picking your own number and that this is not a deal that is going that way. And she showed you the photo. You showed us the photo of what she was talking about, and you have elected to go against. That's where the whole haircut thing was getting talked about.
So it was a lovely experience. The guy that I had been going to, I just didn't have time to deal with it. So I just went to Sports Clips because it was just driving me insane. And the lady that cut my hair did a lovely job. She was wonderful. She barely talked to me at all. My perfect kind of public experience, if we're being totally honest. And then at the end of it, she's like, okay, no more mullet. She was like, see, I just cut all the curls off. She was like, you have lovely hair. And I was like, thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
She's so good at what she's doing. She even lied to you and said no more mullet, because I'm certain you went in there and said mullet. And she said to herself under breath, this isn't a mullet, but we'll just go with it. Just to make sure the customer feels good. And you did it. How does E-Dub like it? She like it? She good with it?
I mean, I sent her a picture, but she said she liked it. I haven't.
Yeah.
I was busy today. So
you didn't go all the way. That's what she was hoping for. Was for you to go.
She did say after last time we talked about my hair, if I shaved it all off, she wanted me to talk to her about it before I did it. So she wasn't pushing for me to go short again. She was like, let's talk about it before you do it.
I think honestly, I think in a relationship that's fair, because if I was dating a girl and she just randomly showed up to my house bald one day, we'd have to have a conversation.
Well, hold on. What if it was bald? Maybe not bald, but what if it's a real different cut?
How real different are we talking about? Like
I mean, if you're dating. If you're dating somebody that's got long hair and then they kind of cut it off and have more of an updo, I mean, bald is a big change. But also,
you're talking about like the Kris Jenner short or something like that, like
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it would be her hair. Hopefully, the person that she goes to is good enough to kind of shape it to her facial structure, because some people have sharper facial structures. Some people have like softer, rounder shit going on.
Well, yeah, I'm not promoting that she cut it herself.
I know, I understand that, but I'm saying like sometimes when they mismatch a little bit, when you have like a bob going on, but you have a really sharp face, you get a little cognitive dissonance. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, ooh, something just doesn't feel right anymore about this face that I'm looking at. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'd have no choice.
Yeah,
I'd have no choice. I'm sorry. I'm vain.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a weird one. If it's a huge different look, I'm with E-Dub on that. Hey, let's take a look at this. Just surprise, but for the most part, I mean, I'm not going to tell her no, but I mean, let's take a look at this. I've been through the big shift in the haircut, but it was good to not be caught off guard with that. But Steve, you look good. Just look very similar to what you did yesterday. But
me and Ron are going to see each other in person this week. So
yeah.
Hey.
Yep. The Nightly Fix together.
Me and Ron live in the same city and we don't even see each other. That's awesome. Great.
That's a lie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just saw you.
Cool.
I see you every week at least.
That's a lie. That is a lie. That's a lie.
It's not. But Steve's a special guy. So
I'm not special. I get it. I get it. I'm not.
Hey, that's how I felt. That's how I felt after that lady said I had lovely hair today.
Nobody is able to do that to themselves quite like Osita. All right, not a special guy. Okay, clearly. No, it could be just saying. How come I can't just say Steve's a special guy and has nothing to do with you?
Because I'm a Pisces and I take everything personally.
I don't even know. Like when people do that, I have never been one that like pays attention to their horoscope and like I'm a Taurus. I don't even know what I'm a Taurus means. Like I don't
You're
even
an
know.
asshole.
Okay.
I don't know either. I'm a Virgo. I don't know what that means.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah, is a Taurus an asshole? I don't know if that is.
Yes.
I feel like you just made that up.
Hard-headed, bullish, as they say.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Think I'm playing around?
I would fit those things.
How do you think I get all these white women? How do you think I do this? Think I do it by magic? No, it's astrology.
I just thought there were a lot of white women who like black guys, especially tall ones.
There are, but they like you even more when you know the horoscopes.
Okay, maybe. I feel like they just walk up to you and say, "What do you play?" And
dude, I hate that so much.
And you're thrown off, and they're thrown off when you say the bass.
Yeah, good. That's a good one. Actually, no, they're probably not. Actually, never mind. That's never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. Yeah. Not even gonna go there. No, but I did used to hate when my uncles and aunts would be like, "So you playing basketball yet? Are you professional yet? You're so tall." I'm just like, dude, I'm only 6'4".
I don't even know it. Yeah, he could have been a guard. Yeah, tall as Dwayne Wade. Hey, I wanted to, Steve. I am trying to mentally prepare myself not to hate Arch Manning. I feel like it is going to happen, and I'm not going to try to, but I feel like subconsciously it's going to happen. They're throwing this Arch Manning, the quarterback at Texas. They're throwing this to Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Browns. You're hearing the rumors of he's so close with the Manning family, and he is. He is a big Tennessee donor. So him and Peyton are close, and he's close to their whole family, and they're all rich. And they've got a lot of picks. And there's a thought like, ooh, the Browns are going to try to get their plan to be saved by the next of their 35 quarterbacks. I just recently saw somebody with that Browns jersey. They had a Browns jacket, and Steve, it's up to about 40 guys now that have been quarterbacks over there, from the Tim Couches to the Deshaun Watsons to the Thompson, whatever his name is, from Bernie Kosar, there's like 40 guys that this person had on the back of it. But he's supposed to come and save the Cleveland Browns. And my man Jimmy Haslam said, "Oh, if you know the Manning family like I do, he'll probably stay 2 more years in college," which is complete bullshit. If he is the number 1 pick and has a chance to be the number 1 pick in the draft, he will go. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think that he has to be as good as other previous number 1 picks. I don't think he has to be as good as Cam Ward. I don't think he has to be as good as Caleb Williams. I don't think he has to be as good as many of these other number 1 picks. I think he has the last name and the pedigree from his family, and that if he is in any way at all good, in any way puts up certain numbers, he is going to be in the driver's seat for the number 1 pick. And what people will tell me is what I've heard about Shedeur, which is, if Shedeur could play, he wouldn't have been drafted in the 5th round. They wouldn't have cared about the outside stuff. Just like with Caleb Williams. Nope, because Arch Manning, I'm going to tell you what right now, Steve and Osita, if Arch Manning comes out next year and throws at Texas for 4,100 plus yards, 37 touchdowns, and he completes 74% of his passes. If he does that to 10 interceptions, he is going to be the number 1 overall pick. Would you doubt that? If Arch comes out and does that, and he is the offensive player of the year in his conference and a top 10 Heisman pick and one of the top quarterbacks in football, he is going to be the number 1 pick. No matter what, no matter how it looks.
Shedeur was voted?
Yes. Those would be Shedeur's numbers. And that is just last year. That is even backed off the previous year where he completed 70% of his passes, 3,200 yards, 27 touchdowns, 3 picks, and he don't have nowhere near the talent that Arch will have. And this will not be Arch's fault, but it will prove the double standard that I was believing was happening all the way. Anybody you talk to right now, Arch does not physically have next level shit. Like, he doesn't have the physical stuff like the hell with Mahomes or Allen. He doesn't have the physical stuff like Cam Ward, who do we just Caleb Williams, Jordan Love. He doesn't have the physical tools. He doesn't have a great arm or great arm talent. But if he put up those numbers, because his last name is Manning, because his uncles are Peyton and Eli, and his grandpa's Archie, and because his daddy ain't Dion, and because they feel more comfortable with him, his ass is going to go number 1, regardless of it. And it ain't going to be his fault. It ain't going to be his fault, but I think subconsciously I am going to probably hate Arch Manning because everyone will just absolutely have a double standard for him and Shedeur.
Yeah, I mean, but he is like Arch is a little bit different than Shedeur. Like, yeah, maybe he doesn't, but like Eli and Peyton didn't have mind-blowing arms. Like they didn't just launch missiles the way like Mahomes and Josh Allen do. But like Eli made plays and Peyton Manning was like cerebral and he just carved apart defenses. And, you know, Arch has been a player that's like been groomed for this basically his entire life, has had every resource at his disposal, is number 1 recruit coming out of high school. And that's why he was so hyped up, because he was like the next era of like the Manning in the NFL, because they have this like legacy of NFL players. And Arch can also run a little bit, like, which is something no other Manning since like Archie Manning, his or the father, is that his name, Archie, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But like, yeah, like no other, like Peyton and Eli didn't run. Like Arch can run a little bit too, so he's got a little bit more athleticism than he's probably given credit for. And so, like, yeah, I think it just depends on what the other, like, what the QB class winds up, like, panning out. Like, Cam Ward, like, coming into the season, nobody thought Cam Ward was going to be the number 1 overall pick. It just depends on how things go. But he is just, like, he's a weird, like, legacy figure in NFL circles.
Are you listening to this, Osita? You listening to everything he's saying?
You're going around a weird way to say Nepo baby, dude.
But like no, he is. But like also like he was the number 1 recruit in the country. Like he was the most sought after player coming out of high school in the country, and that wasn't just because he was a Manning. That was because of what he did in high school. Like he is a good recruit.
I think it was a big part of it. Steve, you just said it, man. He does not have like crazy talent. He runs a little, but he ain't about to go. He ain't Lamar. Like he's not a great runner. I'm telling you right now, do you think he is as physically, just answer these questions, Steve. Do you think he's as physically talented as Cam Ward?
No. I think no. Cam Ward's got a really good arm.
Steve, if he put up the same numbers that Shedeur Sanders, I just read to you, 4,100 yards, 74 plus completion percentage, 37 touchdowns, 10 picks. He runs it a little bit. I bet you Archie runs it as well as Shedeur does. He runs a little bit, not to mention the lack of talent. He had Travis Hunter, and that's it. His offensive line had him running for his damn life at Colorado the last 2 years. If he put up those same numbers that got Deion's kid in the 5th round, for whatever damn reason you want to say, dropped in the 5th round, if he put up those numbers right now and was in the same draft as Cam Ward, he would go 1.
I have a question.
He would go 1. And I'm just saying it's a complete, like, we're about to see with him a complete double standard of all I heard, even guys I respect like Bomani Jones saying, hey, I think it's BS with Shedeur. Like, hey, if they can play, they'll draft him. Man, come on, man. Eli wasn't that great. Eli wouldn't have been the number 1 pick overall. They just ignored the fact that Eli's parents did exactly what Deion did. Eli refused. He ain't that good. He wasn't that good coming out of Ole Miss. Refused to go to San Diego and said, I'm not going there. But nobody picked it up like that because it's a double standard. Because the Mannings and the Sanders, hell, they're Hall of Famers. He's one of the greatest players. Hell, Deion's probably better at his position than any of them are. But
I see where you're going with it. It's a question of like whether or not nepotism works for everybody.
Equally.
You know what I mean? Equally, yeah. And it definitely doesn't. We can see that with Shedeur. But my question about like Shedeur's numbers though, because like obviously new to sports, don't really watch it like that all the time. But who is Shedeur playing? Like, are they playing? They're playing different conferences, right? So like, do they have an easier? Like, are they playing easier teams than University of Texas would?
No. Texas's conference is easier, but I would say that Shedeur's conference was tougher than Cam Ward's, who went number 1. I would say the Big 12 this year was tougher than the ACC. I think that's a fair point, Osita, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. His name is Arch Manning. His skill set, right? If his name was Arch Thompson or Arch Serda or Arch Miller.
You don't know my last name. It's cool.
I wasn't going to say it. I know.
No, it's fine. I know. I just know you don't know it. You don't know it, and it's fine.
I do. You just said it the other day.
It's okay.
Anyway, excuse me. I know what it is too. But if he were any of those guys, he would not be talked about like this. He would not be propped up as the number 1 overall. Right now they're talking about, just Steve, listen to this. They're talking about him being a potential number 1 pick and a Heisman candidate. He could not beat out Quinn Ewers.
But again,
he couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers.
He redshirted for a year, right? And then
he couldn't beat out the quarterback.
And then played last year. Okay, yeah, but that's also like in college. That like a lot of times that's really, really dependent upon the coaching staff. Like that's really dependent on the situation in college.
Steven Serda.
No, I mean that's true. What are you talking about? Like, okay, and all of this is predicated on the idea that maybe he won't come out and wow next season. So what if he just does? Like, what if he just comes out and balls and is insane next season? Like he has been the most talked about high school recruit since Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence hasn't been overly impressive in the NFL. I still think Trevor could be better because he's been in a bad situation. But like Trevor Lawrence was hyped about for years before he even played a snap at Clemson. Like Arch Manning's the same thing. So like maybe he comes out and balls next season. We're all just this whole argument is predicated on the idea that like, what if he's just not that good? What if he's not that physically talented? But what if he is? I don't know. Nobody thought Cam Ward didn't get recruited by anybody, and Cam Ward went number 1 overall in the NFL draft.
But Steve, you've already expressed and agreed. He's like in terms of physical next level traits that usually get guys like that pick number one he doesn't have.
Yeah, but he's like Mahomes size. He's like a little bit taller. Like he's
I'm not talking about the size. Hell, what I'm talking about, Kyler Murray has those traits. He ain't tall. It's not the size. He doesn't have, there is not one trait that you say, boy, there is no Josh Allen trait. Just think about that. There's no Josh Allen. Mahomes has a crazy arm. Cam Ward has
but there's guys that don't. Deshaun Watson didn't have that stuff, and Deshaun Watson was really good in the NFL. Like there's plenty of guys that don't have the traits and still wind up making it work.
Yes, Steve.
NFL because
they're good enough. But generally, Steve, are those guys thought to be the number one overall recruit? Are those guys thought, Steve, to be the number one pick in the draft? Are those guys thought to be the Heisman Trophy?
I don't know. How shitty is the quarterback class?
Come on, man. Listen, all those things you're describing is Shedeur, but he dropped to the 5th. What I'm just saying is it will be a completely the rules are changing for Arch Manning because of his last name. And I'm just simply saying, many people just try to continue to say, if you can play, especially that position, it doesn't matter your last name. And they're not going to pick people who can't play great. They're going to pick Arch. If he comes together and plays well, like is Quinn Ewers good? Steve, no, he's not.
I never thought.
Right. And Trevor Lawrence, you brought up Trevor Lawrence. We can bring up Trevor Lawrence's ass didn't sit for multiple years. Trevor Lawrence's ass came in. Yeah. He may have set that rookie year, but nope. They brought him in, and it was that DJ Hughley guy, that guy that then went and played for 4 different schools. He went and took his job. He went and came and took a job. You think if Cam Newton showed up over there at Texas the last 2 years that Cam Newton would be sitting on the bench behind Quinn Ewers?
I don't know. Cam Newton was on the bench for 2 years before he got to Auburn.
No, Cam Newton was stealing computers at Florida. That's what Cam Newton was doing. And it was Tim Tebow. Yes. And it was Tim Tebow. And it was for a year. And then he had to go to Blinn College because he was stealing computers. So
Real story? Really?
Yes.
He stole computers, stole
a bunch of them and got kicked. Too bad, so bad he had to, and they had a killer on their team, so bad that he got kicked out of the school. Urban Meyer couldn't do anything about it. I'm just saying, man.
Aaron Hernandez is good though.
He is. I'm just saying, Arch is playing different rules, the reverse of what Shedeur Sanders is playing with.
And that is nepotism. Like I don't disagree. Like that, but
it's more
specifically white nepotism.
But
it's like a family of royalty in NFL circles.
But it's more than that though. It's even more than it's all of those things sort of. But it's even more than that. It is the thought of we believe because of his last name, even though the talent that he has doesn't match what we would normally look at this position, because of his last name, we're going to roll with it. Like, we're going to go with it. He couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers. And all of a sudden, he's the Heisman Trophy. I think he leads, maybe he's second behind the cat out of LSU. But he is top 2 in Heisman Trophy. He couldn't beat out Quinn, who got drafted in the 6th or 7th round by the Dolphins, and he may not make that team. I just hope that I don't begin to hate this man. And I feel bad because it's not going to be him. It's just going to be the privilege and the thing that he gets to get away with that is different than anybody else. And we just watched a player who is a Hall of Fame, who comes from Hall of Fame loins, a guy who was built and bred and had all the everything you said about Arch, you could say about Shedeur. And he put up numbers. If Arch put up half the numbers that he did, oh my God, look at him. Ooh, he could skip an interview. It won't matter because his uncle threatened not to go to a team. Winning 6 games at Ole Miss. Get up out of here. Sorry. We do a heat check, please. I'm burning hot, baby. I'm burning hot. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what
burning hot. It's okay. So I had a plan. I had a plan for you guys. I was gonna talk about some shit that happened on a plane that I thought was funny, but then I saw some stuff on the internet that I kind of sent it to the guys, and they kind of figured it would be better to talk about it here. The WNBA has a problem, okay? And it's not necessarily with the players. It's definitely with the fans. I can probably be blamed for some of it, you know what I mean, on my own end, because I know how my mind works. I know I'm a fucked up individual. But there's some things I've been noticing on the internet that have been irking me a little bit when it comes to the feedback that some of these women get. And frankly, I just kind of find it disrespectful. So I'm going to play these videos and see what you guys think. The first one. Let's go with this one.
Bounced around a lot, but at the end, I went through the rim. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. She's going to go head to the back. Oh, no.
So what you're seeing is her wig falling off mid-match. And...
I mean, that broadcaster really brought a whole lot.
Yeah. Oh, no.
She's been there, I think.
Yeah. I think every black woman that's worn a wig has, or every woman that's worn a wig.
As the officials, as Phoenix's bench had an issue there.
So eventually they ejected somebody for just being a dick, being an asshole, and making fun of a woman who's gotten her wig removed on accident. Yeah. I kind of find it deplorable. Like, I think, I mean, I don't know if I should have kicked him out, but definitely get him to shut the fuck up.
What was he doing? What was the fan doing? Do you have any idea? Because I saw that part. I didn't know that.
Point out which fan it is. So the officials are now talking to arena security.
That security guard, she's hot.
Yeah,
she wants to go up there and drag his ass out herself. Yeah. Wow, I just think you're just. I mean, you're a bitch to me. If you're going to, like, legit, like, oh, I'm gonna make fun of her, yell shit at her. You're a bitch.
And to be fair, I like haha funny. It is objectively funny. Like, seeing someone lose a wig and stuff like that is kind of hilarious. But time and place. You know what I'm saying? That is neither the time.
Well, taking the step to her to make it fun of her.
To be rude. Yeah, exactly. Let's watch this other video, because I do have, like, I'm on the fence about a lot of shit, but, like, at the same time I'm just like,
Oh, the fucking cameraman was loving this shit, bro. He didn't even try to move when Sophie Cunningham accidentally sat on his face, bro. He's loving that shit.
And see, that's more of like what the stuff I'm talking about. Like, you get on Instagram or like TikTok and stuff like that, and you see lots of videos of people just being like acting like they don't have mothers at home. You know what I mean? Like, that's
that. But that one is not as rough as some of the other ones, and the one that I believe is coming. Yeah. That one you could say, hey man, he was sitting there doing his job. I mean, he didn't have his tongue out. I mean, I don't think he was chomping. There's that one's a little different than.
But it's not necessarily what the cameraman did or did not do. It's the reaction that we're getting from the fans, that we're getting from the internet. Yes. The internet, of course, being what the internet is going to blow things out of proportion. They're going to make things nastier than they really should be in the moment and stuff like that. And I think that it's that lack of respect that we have from fans, quote unquote fans, that is a serious problem right now. This is probably the worst one.
Caldwell, something flies on the court. Excellent defense in Caldwell, and that's her job. That normally Jordan Canada did know something flew on the court. She's being told right now. Type of activity, yeah, and no one's picked the object up yet. You guys, oh my gosh, okay. Inappropriate. Get him out of here, whoever it is.
In all fairness, fans have been throwing dildos in NFL end zones for years.
Have they really?
Yes.
Steve, do you sense and feel the difference of at Buffalo at Buffalo at Rich Stadium?
Obviously, but I'm just saying it's not the first time we've seen a dildo
throwing it
pop up in a sporting event.
Yeah,
that's a take you want to have. That's the side you want to have, Stephen. That's the side.
It is. Go ahead, Osita.
I'm just saying it's this obvious, because we are dealing with women, we're dealing with ladies. There is obviously there's a sexual aspect to everything that they do, especially from the male gaze. You know what I mean? From the male standpoint, there's obviously like, look, I talk about Caitlyn all the time, and I really do think she's beautiful, and Ron disagrees with me, but it is what it is. But when you're watching, female sports, you obviously are going to be, as a man, you're going to check them out. You're going to be like, oh man, that she's cute, she's hot, she's not, blah, 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 whatever. But I feel like the internet has taken it to a completely different level. Now, I didn't get a chance to show you guys this one video. There's a guy that's on Instagram. I can't remember his name, and I can't remember his name, but his whole Instagram is just like, he'll pick a WNBA team or pick a female sport team, a women's sport team in general, and just rate whether or not he'd smash or pass. Thousands of people are following him. That's it's funny the first time, but then after a while, you're just kind of like, okay, this is the whole thing. That's how we think of the entire sport. That's what we're doing, and we're just kind of objectifying all these women who have like completely circumvented their lives towards this like sport, towards this thing, towards this pursuit of greatness, and we're just kind of like treating them as objects. Is it funny? Yeah, sometimes, but is it right? Nah, man. It's just after a while it gets annoying.
Listen, my thing with the dildo toss, that one is, and maybe I'm getting old. Maybe there's some people who are watching this or will watch this or listen to this and think, oh, that's just humor and funny. I think the time, the place, the setting, who it's towards has a lot to do with things. Like I think if you went to a basketball arena where there were a bunch of white guys playing in said basketball arena, and you started tossing some bananas on the ground, that would have a different feel if you went to a gym with all black folks out there playing basketball and you start tossing some bananas out there. I think it's a different thing, right? Just like you go and toss a dildo at an NFL game with guys down there playing. I think it's stupid and dumb too, but it's a different feel than when you are having women.
Now, what if? Hear me out. What if they're tossing dildos at that guy we were talking about yesterday?
They weren't. That guy is in jail. It's a different thing when you have women out there who are trying. You talking about the guy that the Caitlyn's stalking?
No. The guy who did the percolator.
Oh, well, that again, he wasn't, I don't believe, at the Atlanta Dream game last night, and he was not on the floor. All right, some dude put that in their pocket and was like, "All right, here we go. We're gonna get him tonight."
That's another question I had. Like, did you walk in with that in a bag? Was it in your pocket? Where are you?
These women are out here just trying to do their job and play the game, have fun and entertain folks and do that. And then what you're coming out and saying, here, sit on this. This is sit on this. Whatever joke that's to me the interpretation of, here, this is what you use. Use this. Here, I got one for you. Use this. Especially in a sport where there is a high amount of homosexual women in, and you're throwing out the dildo and stuff like that. It is such a whole move, and it's like I don't know how to say. It's just mean. It's just like It's just mean and it's something that could really like mess with people. And it's just like, damn, man, we're out here busting our ass, getting hard. They out there paying us fucking $50,000 a year, and we should be making more money than this. And we can't even get out here, and y'all in there, and we're in here, and we're trying to do our job, and y'all throwing dildos at us. That's what y'all think of us.
And it is incredibly disrespectful. Like I want to make that clear. But also, I think this is like,
thanks, Steve.
So
I knew the butt was coming too. I knew the butt was coming.
but this is I think this is like also it's more popular than it's ever been. You're getting people who are going to these things who would never, ever in a million years show up at that. And so like you need more eyeballs, you want more bodies in the stands, but inevitably you're going to get assholes and douchebags like the people that do things like this. Like, and that comes with every sporting event in some regard. These ones feel a little bit more personal because of the gender of the people that are playing. And that is offensive and it sucks that there's people out there that are so inconsiderate of others and like so inconsiderate of professional athletes and what they're trying to do. But like also like this is like a lot of like what we see now with sports fans and a lot of like what we see within sports media, where there's a lot of people who cater to this kind of shit and behavior. And it's frustrating because that's certainly not who I am. And that's certainly not what I want to be about. But there's lots of people who do like encourage that kind of thing. And there's lots of people that are very, very big and popular who encourage that kind of stuff. And it does suck. But also, like, inevitably, when you're growing and you're getting more and more popular and you're getting more and more people to go to games that have never, ever been to WNBA games ever, that have never watched games ever, sports gambling is probably even helping with some of that stuff. Like, inevitably, you're just going to get some shitty people who do shitty things. Like, that's just going to happen. This stuff just feels a little bit more personal because they're women.
Yeah, I don't.
It sucks.
I don't think those were people, or that was a person who gave a shit if the game is getting popular. I think there's somebody who is, because if you're going to a Laker game and you do something like that, you're risking being banned forever, right? And this whoever threw that out at their call, they may be banned forever. They don't care. They knew that probably going in. Like, oh man, we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna sneak a dildo into the arena and toss it out. I don't think those guys are coming because this thing just all of a sudden got popular and they're into it. And when they arrive, we're gonna just throw dildos. I think they're assholes who don't have any respect for the sport or what they're doing. And I don't know. It's just that setting, who was out there and what that signifies, it signals, and how it was just like, I don't even care, man. Here, y'all do it. It was just, it's just whack. Like I would love to sit there with like if it was one of your dudes, because do I doubt it? Is there somebody that I would say that I maybe as an associate that would bring this up?
I have multiple friends,
and I think my thought would be, all right, let's sit and break this down. So why are you doing this? Like what are you getting at? Like why? Okay, for what? For the joke? Like what? Like that is.
But these multiple friends I have that would do that are also like that. I think that's why I wanted to bring it to light, because I know how these dudes are, and I know what they're thinking, and it's nothing good. It's nothing but disrespect. That being said, I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could be around, like, even like in a stadium while someone, like, I couldn't be in the same row as that guy, because I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's your problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe we're about to throw that. Also, I do kind of wonder how far they threw that from. That's one of the thoughts I had in my head when I was watching it the first time. It's like, was it from,
I imagine you could throw that pretty far.
You know what I'm saying? Like, could you really just, hug that motherfucker? Like, really get it going? But
yeah, I imagine you can. I imagine you could fire that thing in there pretty far. It had good bounce.
Yeah,
as well to it. But Yeah, it's gross. I'd like to say I don't want to be around people who I just don't even know how you just think that one up. And I can tell there are probably people who will look at this take and this thought and be like, oh, I'm tired of woke. That's not woke, man. That's just blatant disrespect. It's just like, I hate to pull this card out there, but I just imagining if that is whatever the closest woman in your life is that's out there that has worked as hard as they have had to work and already has to deal with this shit anyway. You know how many cat calls some of them women are getting out there and just disrespect all the time out there anyway. And now we're in here working as serious as this can be for us, and you're gonna throw a Christmas dildo out there.
I have a question. Is it a cat call if I'm professing my love for Caitlyn though? Like if it's like, hey, I love you, like
the way you started off with
it makes her uncomfortable, then yes.
The way you
started, but I mean, like, what if I'm like reciting poetry? What if I'm reciting poetry through like a megaphone or something like that, and I'm just like,
poetry. How do you know she likes poetry?
Well, what if I'm reciting her favorite book? Serda? Huh? Does she not have a favorite book? Does she hate books now? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, if you're gonna kick it off with the hey, baby girl, baby girl, that's you like to go Aubrey on it like that.
Baby girl,
that turns catcall.
Is it just because it's like related to Drake? Is that why? Is it light skin hate?
But
is that why I don't like baby girl?
But you know what the catcalling I'm talking. They are probably getting hit with some real offensive catcalling.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like some real some real stuff. That make you a baby girl look tame.
Yeah, definitely some Amazon calls and saying climb me like a tree. Some death by snoo snoo if you ever watched Futurama. What else we got? What else?
Never done that. Never.
Well, let me explain it. So there was a really, really tall Amazonian in Futurama, and so that whenever they would see her, she would be like, "I want to have sex with Fry," and she'd be like, "Death by